Hey, what's happening? What's poppin', Detroit Butterfree fans? It's your boy Iron Flash Gaming, the Seakings versus greguLATER Week 2 of the GBA, in which it's a little bit late. I apologize, my fans, my bros, my buddies. I'm still uploading this match. I've had a lot of hiccups this season with audio issues, with Wi-Fi, with a lot of different things. Enough with the excuses. We're facing a good friend of mine, greguLATER, who is a very strong coach, and a lot of people are already sleeping on him. And he got sauced on week 1 versus Melantosh, who brought the victory bell with strength sap and it put in the finest of work. So he thinks he can bring the finest of work with the sauce versus me because he's got the baby chestnut. He's brought the lichen rock. And I think that's actually very, very funny that he thinks he can hit me with the sauce because that shit ain't gonna fly versus me. So he would never bring this type of team in a playoff match, but he knows he's going to be facing me in the playoffs because even though he lost week 1, he's facing me week 2, he's facing Leo week 4, he's that good of a coach that he's going to be making playoffs. He's already locked. He's already locked. So anyways, let's get into the match. I'm going to lead off with the go-go here as it has no counterplay. It's the greatest mount of all time. And he leads off with the Greninja, and he's like HP, max BDF, Assault Vest with the Rindo Berry to be able to live this go-go hit because, like, on the Wi-Fi match, so some of these plays, they're going to be a little bit weird just because they were just reconnects from, or just replaying the Wi-Fi game. So here, like, you're going to see, like, he crit Ice Beam freezes me, but like in the Wi-Fi match, like I end up going for a workup as he goes for Ice Beam. The reason why I go for the workup turn 2 is because if he does go into a Scizor, I'm then able to get potentially a KO on the Scizor, and if I don't KO it, then I know I can live the U-turn because I got a lot of bulk on here, and I know I can avoid the 2 KO from the Ice Beam because I'm EV'd after Stealth Rocks to live an HB Ice from a Greninja that's not Life Orb. But he ends up being modest, and that catches me off guard, and that's the only way, or if he specs, that wouldn't make that much sense because I do have a Blissey, and I can just pivot around if he is specs. If he's Life Orb, he does then 2 KO me, but I can play around Life Orb hits, but as you're going to see, he's Focus Sash lead. He gets me with the Ice Beam. I misplay a little bit with the Go-Go, but we're going to unfortunately have to let this thing go down. I'm sorry I failed you, Go-Go. You're going to be coming back strong next week. So anyways, yeah, we're going to be going out into the Blissey. I go out in the Blissey for a couple reasons. One, I can't go out in the Zapdos to defog yet because he does have Ice Beam. Two, I want to go for Flamethrower here as he's going to sack his Greninja, but in case he goes out into his Scizor, I do not want Scizor to freely switch in a Blissey 24/7. I don't want to predict the Scizor, like I don't want to randomly just click buttons and randomly click Flamethrower on any given turn. And at the same note, I don't want him to randomly switch into Scizor. So I want to reveal that I do have a Flamethrower, take out that Greninja. He goes for a taunt to prevent my Stealth Rock. So now he's going to go out into his Furry as I'm going to go out in a Garchomp, which walls this. And he could be like a Focus Sash Endeavor, which could be a little bit scary. I'll play around it, but I end up getting crit in the original game. Did not matter as he goes for a taunt once again, predicting me to go for Stealth Rocks because he expects this to be a Stealth Rocker, but I'm not the Stealth Rocker. It ends up being Ferrothorn. So he ends up going for the Stone Edge because Lichen Rock has booty coverage. Now he ended up being like counter, and that wouldn't have killed my guard. Like obviously that turn it would have killed the Garchomp because I crit him, but the original in the Wi-Fi it would have put me, I think, down. It would have put me pretty low, but I would have still had, I think, like 40%. I don't know. But anyways, yeah, he's going to go out into his Gliscor. So right off the bat, that screams that one. Hopefully he's not Swords Dance, but we're going to go out right out into the Zapdos, in which I'm going to defog these hazards. He goes for a Toxic. That's all fine for me because I'm able to get rid of the hazards, and he goes for Roost. He did not expect me to have defog on the Zapdos because he thought that I would never predict all the hazard stack, but I didn't want to get hazard stack, and that's the whole reason why I brought defog, because he has so much hazard stack. So now I'm going to go for Roost as he makes a pretty good play going for Earthquake because it really was free. Now, I could have went for obviously a HB Ice there, but he predicted me not to go for HB Ice, and he knew he could have lived. But I didn't predict him to go for an Earthquake there because if I did go for HB Ice, it would have done, I think, around 80% on his standard Gliscor. So he gets me there, and I didn't lose too much as he's going to go right out into the Coco, now predicting me to go for HB Ice as I go out into the Ferrothorn because I know I can wall this Gliscor and I can just get up my Stealth Rocks. As here, he's going to go out into the Quilladin, and this immediately screams Belly Drum to me because if you have a Quilladin that goes hard in a Ferrothorn, you're obviously going to have the ability to break. Like, if your Ferrothorn counter is Quilladin, you're going to, like, it screams that he's 100% got Belly Drum. So I'm going to go out into my Zapdos. So this was a pretty big play because he ends up being Salad Berry. Now, like like I was thinking of Violate because every single baby Pokemon, like I always think, should always be a Violate. But he ends up being Salad Berry, and that actually could have been a little bit. It wouldn't have swept me, but it would have taken 1.5 Mons if not. Yeah, it would have taken out 1.5 Mons because if he ended up going, so this was like a 50-50 on his end easily because if I do go for a Gyro Ball there and he goes for the sub, then he's all sorts of fucked up because then he can't Belly Drum. So another problem is, yeah, I mean he has to play this turn perfectly because if I Gyro Ball and he goes for a sub, then he can't Belly Drum, and then if I go Zapdos and he goes for the hard Belly Drum, then I'm just gonna knock him out. Now I knew the reason why I went Zapdos here is because I knew Zapdos can take any one hit from the baby Chestnut because it's a baby, and I can just fire off a Heat Wave, take that thing out. That's what I am able to do there. And good thing he did not go for Substitute. So anyways, yeah, now he's going to go into his Coco as I'm going to save this because it still outspeeds the Gliscor, and I'm probably not going to be able to roost up with the Zapdos because I can't roost up on anything, and Scizor probably knocks it out with a Bullet Punch already, unless I get a Leech Seed and then go out into the Zapdos and then basically try to Leech Seed roost onto the Scizor is the only way I can actually get this up, but I'm going to go out in a Ferrothorn because it walls Coco indefinitely. So a couple of these turns, they're a little bit weird because we're just trying to recreate here. But he ends up going for Mirror Move. He goes for that in a real game. I don't understand. He's on a next level. I don't understand why he goes for Mirror Move. Any of the turns, I don't even know why he has Mirror Move, but he's a god. Like he ends up being Z Mirror Move, which increases your attack by 2. It's like a Swords Dance plus attack. But yeah, anyways, we're gonna spam Leech Seed here because he's got no grass type. I go out into the Zapdos because it's kind of useless, and I can threaten out this Gliscor. I go for a Heat Wave here because if he goes out in a Scizor on the HB Ice, then he's going to be able to take me out with a Bullet Punch. And Scizor's kind of a threat, and I don't want to freely let the Scizor just come in. The HB Ice, if he does stay in, it does not one-shot him. So it's not that beneficial to go hard HB Ice. And the other thing is if I go for Heat Wave, it hits Coco harder, it obviously kills the Scizor, and Heat Wave plus the HB Ice will take out the like a standard Gliscor set. As I haven't been able to hit him, he ends up being Spadef. I actually don't know if Heat Wave plus HB Ice, maybe, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe it would have been damage rolls. But anyways, he ends up going to Coco. So a couple of these plays we're just trying to recreate here because I miss the Heat Wave originally. The Coco ended up being at a lower HP, so we're just kind of just slowing down some of the HP. And he ends up getting T-Bolt damage onto the Ferrothorn, which does matter for a Scizor to chip down the Ferrothorn just a tiny bit. So a couple of these turns are just yada yada plays, just trying to recreate. And so now I end up so one of these turns I end up going Blissey on the Coco because Coco obviously can't really touch Blissey unless he's Z Wild Charge, and he's already revealed that he's like some whack ass set, and he already revealed T-Bolt, Mirror Move, and I don't know, he's probably gonna obviously have HB Ice or Dazzling Gleam for my Garchomp and Crocodile. So the fact that, I mean, he could be Z Wild Charge, and that's why I end up going into Garchomp this play. He ends up going for Protect because he ends up predicting me to go for like Seismic Toss so he can like Z seismic toss. I don't know. It's a weird plays. But anyways, yeah, I'm gonna go out into the Garchomp just because it covers him going out into pretty much anything because Garchomp had a very good matchup. It covered the Z Wild Charge play, and he was never going to HBS versus the Blissey. So he ends up going for the Dazzling Gleam. That's fine. I'm very happy that my Blissey is out versus last 2 months because I do have Flamethrower and I have Ice Beam. So those are going to be able to KO both. So here, I'm going to go hard for the Flamethrower is he's going for a game here. Like he has no other ability. I've already scouted his Gliscor. I already know he's toxic, roost, earthquake, Gliscor. So like that's not gonna win because I have so much counterplay to that. So his only way to win at this point in time is the Scizor. I go for the Flamethrower. I'm not gonna let him just set up another Sword Stand, like that'd be a choke. So I'm just gonna Flamethrower again. I go out in the Garchomp because this is a bulky boy. Takes that bullet punch like a champ, and I'm going to be able to EQ him. If he switched out, obviously, like, that wouldn't matter. So we ended up taking the Scizor out, and now the game's over. I make actually a couple weird plays here because he says GG to me, so I thought, like, he was actually going to, like, pretty much forfeit just because he can't kill Ferrothorn because I'm Leech Seed Protect, so he could actually, like, never, unless he was actually Sword Stance, but that would have been a dink ass set. But anyways, yeah. These next couple turns, I randomly go out in a Heracross because I thought he was going to Toxic me, and then I was going to Facade kill it. As, yeah, this turn, he ends up, because I thought he was going to just Toxic me so I can just speed up this game because nothing really can one-shot this Gliscor. So, yeah, he ends up killing with the air relation, gets one more differential boy. I thought he was just letting me speed up the game because, like, he already said GG, but I do not care about differential. Like, I don't care. So anyways, now I'm going to go out into the Zapdos here. Go for the HB Ice. He goes for Earthquake and does not kill me. And my Garchomp does outspeed him. So even if he were to, like, somehow kill me with Aerial Ace or whatever, then I just kill him the next turn with Garchomp. So here, I'm just going to stun on him a little bit. I'm just going to go, even though I could outspeed him, go for HB Ice and kill him, we're just going to stun a little bit. He's going to go for a Roost here, predicting to, I don't know, but he goes for a Roost. I go for a sub here because he can't break my sub. That's the whole concept of this Garchomp. I go for, as he goes for a Toxic, trying to kill me with the Toxic Sawing. I go for a Sword Stance. He goes for EQ, does not break my sub, and we knock him out with the Dragonium Z Outrage. Take this boy out. And we get a strong victory versus a strong opponent, regular week 2. So we got a pretty good start. And once again, I'm sorry. It does mean a lot to me that many of you guys are viewing my content again because it's been a long time with BBC King uploading. It's been a long time getting back in a Leaf format, getting off the rust, and we're starting off strong. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this match. We're facing the legend, Leo, the other undefeated team, and probably the game of the week next week, at least the most anticipated, and it will be a very, back and forth game, hopefully. So until next time, enough of the rambling. I'm signing out. Peace.